Hello and welcome. Today we're doing a question from LeetCode 75. It's called nearest exit from entrance in maze. So you're given an m by n matrix maze that's zero indexed with empty cells represented as dots and walls represented as the plus sign. You are also given the entrance of the maze, where entrance is going to be a row and column index of the cell we're initially standing at. In one step, you can move one cell up, down, left, or right, but you cannot step into a cell with a wall, and you cannot step outside the maze. Your goal is to find the nearest exit from the entrance. An exit is defined as an empty cell that is at the border of the maze. The entrance does not count as an exit. And we want to return the number of steps in the shortest path from the entrance to the nearest exit, or -1 if no such path exists. So example 1, this is our m by n maze. This is our entrance. It's going to be at 1, 2 right over here. We want to find the number of steps to the exit. So in one step, where can we go, right? We have our 4 directions. These two are walls, so we can't really go here. This is empty, as is this. And this is on that boundary of the maze. So this is our exit, right? It only took one step to get there. This is example 2. This is our maze. It's a 3 by 3 maze. And this is our entrance point. It's at 1, 0 right over here. Now this cell is already at the border and it's not a wall, but we can't say this is our exit because remember, the entrance cannot count as an exit. So here in one step, where can we go? Up, down, left, or right? Up and down are walled, left is out of bounds. The only place we can go is right. Now over here, we have our 4 choices again, and we're coming from the left, so we don't want to revisit that, right? We were already at that cell, there's no point in going back. The top is a wall, bottom's a wall, right is empty, so we can go there, and here is going to be our border of our maze, so this is our exit, which means it took 2 steps to get there. And last example, we have example 3, we have an empty cell we start at, and just a wall. There is no way to get to any exit because no exit really exists. We're on the only empty cell, so we're going to output -1. There are no exits. And we have a couple of constraints over here. Feel free to pause the video and read through them. So we're given an entrance point in a maze. We want to find the number of steps it takes to get to the exit. This is a classic BFS problem. Say we have the following maze, and this is our entrance over here. What I want to do is go out in layers and see what cells are reachable and empty. So if I start here, I'm going to check my next 4 cells, above me, below me, to the left of me, and the right of me. Now, there are only 2 things I want to check. 1, the cell has to be empty, and 2, it has to be in bounds, right? This is just what we're given from the problem. You cannot step into a cell with a wall, and you cannot step outside the maze. So bottom and right are walls, we can't go there. Top and left are empty. So these are the cells we're going to check next. They're 1 away from our current cell. So in one step, we're able to get to this cell and this cell over here, right? We get to 3, 1, and we get to 2, 2. Now, neither of these cells are actually on the boundary of the maze, so neither are exits, which means for these cells, now we want to check left, right, up, down again. But we don't want to make any repeat checks, so we want to mark these cells as seen. And an easy way to do that, right, is just to mark it as a wall. We're not going to check anything that's a wall, so if we've already gone to these cells, we can just say they're walls. That way we don't have to come back to these again. So I'm going to do that for my entrance cell as well as the cells we've just visited. Now we can't go to these cells again, and we don't want to, right? There's no need to go back to these again. They were not our exits. So now the next cell we want to layer out from is going to be 2, 2. I'm going to be checking up, down, left, right. So at index 2, 2 over here, bottom is a wall, right is a wall. And remember, bottom was our entrance, right? We don't want to go back there again, which is why we marked it as a wall. And it's preventing us from going there again. So the only other 2 options are the top and left. They're empty, they're in bounds. And since they're not on the border, we can't exit and return yet, which means these are the next cells we want to layer out from. So both 1, 2 and 2, 1 are going to be an additional 1 step away from that entrance point, right? So with these cells, I'm going to store the number 2, just marking how far we've traveled so far. And to make sure we don't come back here again, I'm going to mark these as walls. So we finished branching out from 2, 2. Next is 3, 1. Branching out from 3, 1. Top here is a wall because remember, we've already covered it, right? 2, 1 is already on our list to check next. We don't want to add it again to our list, which is why we want to mark a cell as a wall once we've already gone to it. So the only remaining cell here that's empty is 3, 0 over here. And if we notice, this is on that boundary, so we can actually return. And we're going to return how many steps it took to get there. And for 3, 1, it took 1 step to get there. So to get here, it's going to be 1 more step, which means we were able to get to the exit from our entrance over here in just 2 steps. And that's exactly what we want to do, right? We just want to keep a list that's going to keep growing up until we get to the exit. Now, if we go through all of our cells without finding an exit, and there are no more cells for us to process through, that means there is no way to reach the exit, and we're going to return -1. And that's really it. So let's go ahead and code this up. To code this up, I'm going to be maintaining a queue keeping track of all the cells we have to visit next. And it's going to be a queue rather than a list because we also want to remove cells from the front of our queue once we're done going through them. That way we don't keep storing all that memory. So from collections, I'm going to import DQ. So I'm going to be calling this queue cells. So cell is going to be DQ, and it's going to start off with just one cell, our entrance cell. And with it, I'm also going to store the number 0, just keeping track of how many steps from the entrance we are so far. So in my queue, I'm going to first have my entrance of 0, then entrance 1, and then the number 0. I also want to see how many rows and columns I have. So rows and columns is going to be length of maze and length of maze of 0 respectively. Now, while there are still elements in our cells queue, so while it's not empty, I want to remove from the list the first cell that I'm going to be layering out from. So I'm going to be popping left from cells, which means row, column, and steps is going to be cells.pop left. So right now, if this stored my entrance, which was 3, 2, as well as 0, 3 would be the row I'm on, 2 would be the column, and 0 would be the number of steps from the entrance. Now, I want to layer out, so I'm going to make checks in all 4 directions from this cell RC over here. So I'm going to just make a list of R plus 1C. This means I'm going to be checking the row below me. R minus 1C, so I'm checking the row above me. RC plus 1, so I'm checking to the right of me. And finally, RC minus 1, so I'm checking the cell to the left of me. Now, for every single cell in these 4 checks, so for I, J in check, I want to make sure they are empty and they are in bounds. So if I is greater than equal to 0 and J is greater than equal to 0, so my rows can't be before 0 and my columns can't be before 0, and I is less than my rows. So in this case, if this is my maze, right, I have a 5 by 4 matrix, I have 5 rows and 4 columns, I has to be 4 or less. And same with J, right? J has to be less than columns. If all of this is true and the cell that I'm on is empty, maze of IJ is equal to the dot represents an empty cell. If this is true, I want to check now if the cell I'm on is on the border. So if I equals 0 or J equals 0, so if the cell is either in this row or in this column, or if I equals rows minus 1, or J equals columns minus 1. So the cell, it could be here or here as well. If this is the case, we are going to return, we found our exit, and we're going to return the number of steps it took plus 1. That's how many steps it took to get to the cell we're checking. So we're returning steps plus 1. Now, if it's not on the border, what we want to do is just add this cell we've checked to the end of our queue. So we're going to do cells.append. What are we appending? Our row and column index and the number of steps to get here. So it's going to be I, J, and steps plus 1. And we don't want to forget to mark this cell as seen. So maze of IJ is now going to equal a wall. We're changing it from being a period to being a plus sign. And we just keep going in this while loop until there are more cells to process. Now, if we exit all this and there are no more cells to go through, that means there is no way to get to an exit and we're just going to return -1. And that is it. So again, what did we do, right? We got our entrance point from the cell. We have to mark it as seen, which we actually did not do. So let's do that. Maze of entrance of 0 and entrance of 1 is a wall. Okay, now we did that and we got the rows and columns. While our queue still had cells we needed to layer out from, we got 3 things, the row and column indices, as well as the number of steps it took to get to those cells. Then we checked cells in all 4 directions, making sure they were in bounds and an empty cell. If they were on the border, then we are done. We just would return the number of steps it took to get there. If not, we append this to the end of the list of all the cells we need to check next, updating the number of steps it took to get there. And of course, marking that cell as seen. So let's go ahead and submit this. And it is accepted. Now, before leaving, let's just do a super quick walkthrough just to see how our code is going to run line by line. So say we had example 1 right here. This is our maze. Entrance is 1, 2. Just going in this line by line really quickly, we're going to initialize cells to have our entrance index and 0. Now we're going to mark our entrance as a plus. So entrance of 0 is 1, entrance of 2 is 2. So for maze of 1, 2, we're going to mark this as a plus. And I'm just adding some extra pluses because I think this is a little bit easier to visualize. So next we get our rows and columns. Now, while this is not empty, that's true, we go in this while loop, we're going to get what our C and steps are by popping from cells. So popping off from here, we get R being 1, C being 2, and steps being 0. Now we're going to check in our 4 directions. So check is going to be an array equaling the following, right? R plus 1C, R minus 1C, RC plus 1, and RC minus 1 based on the RNC we have here. Looping through, so for ij in check, ij start off at 2, 2, and is greater than equal to 0, j is greater than equal to 0, I is less than rows, j is less than columns, right, 3 and 4, and maze of ij has to equal a period. That's not true, right? This is a plus, so we don't go in this if, and we just go back in this for loop, going to the next ij. So now ij are going to be 0, 2, and this is going to be in bounds, and it is an empty cell. We're now checking if it is a boundary. So if I equals 0, that's true, right? I does equal 0, so immediately we can just return steps plus 1. Steps was 0, so all we're doing is returning 1. Now, if this wasn't the case, right, if this wasn't on the boundary, then what we would do is append to our cells the cell we're checking, so 0, 2, and then the number of steps it took to get there, which is 1. And we keep going through all these for loops until we eventually returned. But for this question, we were supposed to output a 1, which is what we did. It took 1 step to get to the exit. So we just went ahead and solved nearest exit from entrance in maze. If you have any questions with this whatsoever, of course, let me know down below. If this video was helpful, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really supports the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next one.